lot of fire safety, are we having the same winds that we've been having recently, or have things calmed down just a little bit?
So things aren't really that gusty. Really, today's going to be kind of the windiest day on the board, but even then, it's not going to be too bad. We'll only see gusts to about 25 miles per hour, sustained winds to about 20 miles per hour. But I do want to look at the feels like. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and we're starting the morning off feeling like 80 degrees here in Corpus Christi, 90 Port Aransas, and mid-70s as for everyone else. So it's already a warm start to our day, and we're going to start to notice that these feels like temperatures are going to continue to rise for us today. Really expecting those feels like temperatures to reach about 108 here in Corpus Christi. I do think a lot of us can expect to not have a heat advisory for today, or really a lot of the next days throughout our week, but overall, it's still going to be hot. Still want to make sure you're practicing proper heat safety, of course. Throughout the rest of our day, as far as air temperature is concerned, really expecting to stay in about the mid-90s for most of us, 96 on the board. We can thank a lot of sunshine for that as well. Mostly sunny skies throughout our Sunday afternoon, and seeing those sustained winds, once again, like I mentioned, ranging at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, picking up a little bit more as we head throughout this evening. We're also watching our upper level atmosphere, because this is kind of what's driving that lower humidity, which is also kind of increasing our air temperature, but also dropping that heat index value as well. We see, for one, that high pressure that's also kind of helping us have these mostly sunny skies. That heads further towards the east, but the high pressure that we're really concerned about, that's coming in from the west. We also have this small low area of low pressure. That's not really our main concern, but what it is doing is helping the high pressure to the west continue to bring this north flow of winds aloft, and that's what's kind of helping the humidity drop just a little bit, about 5 degrees, but even that is kind of really playing a factor and kind of helping things feel just a little bit cooler. Still going to be warm, still going to be hot like I mentioned, but things will feel a little bit better here for us this weekend. As you can see, this thing really kind of sits consistent as far as this pattern of the low pressure and this high, bringing up these north winds really throughout the entire week. We see even Thursday, it's still sticking around, and heading into Friday as well. So that's how we're really going to have lower humidity sitting at about mid-70s throughout the entire week. So muggy meters still going to be humid once again, like I mentioned, but we're just not talking about the steamy category that we were sitting in last week, really sitting about 80 degrees before we had for our dew point value. So more so going to be sitting in about the low to mid-70s throughout the entire week. And so what that does for our feels like temperature and max heat index, we see a rise in our air temperature. We're still sitting at about the mid-90s, but getting closer to the upper 90s as we head later on in the week. And we see that those feels like temperatures kind of sitting just below 110. So not really expecting any warnings to get issued. But once again, like I mentioned, still going to be hot. Still want to make sure you're drinking that water, staying hydrated, and taking those breaks really when needed, because of mostly sunny conditions. That's still going to be beaming down on us. Still going to be having that UV index at extreme. So also want to make sure you don't forget the sunscreen if you're looking to cool down just a little bit by the beach. But water conditions are looking great. Wave height at 2 feet, low rip current risk, water temperature on the warm side sitting at 87 degrees. Waking up tomorrow morning, still going to expect upper 70s, another morning of mostly sunny skies. So it's going to be another gorgeous start, another warm start. Of course, don't want to forget your water bottles. You're heading out in the morning. Southeast winds dropping a little bit more, up to about 15 miles per hour for sustained winds. Rest of the week, not just today, really expecting these heat index values to remain below heat advisory criteria, but doesn't take away from the fact that it's going to still be warm. We have some small chances for rain coming in Monday and Tuesday, but once again, things are looking low. Things are looking isolated for that. Lexus.